Generally speaking, inspiration for writing comes through because I want therapy, I guess, is therapeutic for me. I see myself as an empath. And so sometimes when emotions get overwhelming, whether they're positive or negative, I seek release in writing. In terms of rhythm, inspiration came from a call for submission from Pre Magazine, which is a fantastic online platform for contemporary Caribbean writing. They were seeking submission for the rubber dub issue, focusing on the dancehall culture in the Caribbean, and that's how Rhythm was born. I knew I was a writer in primary school. Um, those assignments, my life as a dog, my last day as a shoe, or those sort of assignment. I remember maybe in grade 4, my composition being read for the class, and as I looked around at their expression and the way the teacher praised me, that's a seed was planted then that I can do this. I can make people feel certain emotion. I think that's when the confidence that I can actually write, that seed was planted in primary school. So my favorite writers are never static. They tend to change and shift based on my mood or whatever life experience I might be going through at the moment. So on a global scale, I would say Neddy Okorafor and Toni Morrison for their treatment of the female protagonists in terms of their search for identity and autonomy. Closer to home in the Caribbean, I would say Jamaica Kincaid. I love her take on the mother-daughter relationship. I can really identify with, the fact that it's never black and white. There's so many layers to it. Um, I also love Karen Lord and Nalo Hopkinson. I admire their world building skills and the way they bring the Caribbean folklore to the specific world, a world that was dominated by the Eurocentric view. Karen Lord and Nalo Hopkins, who I think are able to say to the world, we have spec fiction here, and this is it. This is our world. I love their treatment of Caribbean folklore. Closer to home, I love Nigel Thomas, his treatment of subjects that may seem taboo in St. Vincent, mental health, the male sexuality. I love Philip Nanton's use of voice, very authentic. And I just, I'm always immersed in Cecil Brown's short stories. Very nostalgic the way he represent village life in St. Vincent. Um, yeah, those are my favorite writers for today, for now, at least. My favorite genre of writing is prose fiction, particularly the short story, but more specifically, social realism. I love when writers seem to hold up a mirror and say, this is our flaws. This is our humanity. We make mistakes. Um, this is who we are as human beings. I just love to identify with with what I'm reading in terms of, I know this person, he lives just around the corner. I can identify with this mother's feelings. It's the realism is the best genre for me, social realism. The best book I've read in the past 12 months is Cherry Jones's How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House. It is a novel packed with a lot of triggers, but I found it hauntingly beautiful because of the intergenerational trauma between the main characters, who are all women, and the way they navigate these traumas um, on their way to finding themselves, their own agency, and on their way to finding home. It's I don't like to use the word resilience when it comes to women, but I like their strength, and I like the fact that Cherry Jones deal with the the concept of reality versus illusion when it comes to our post-colonial condition, specifically speaking about tourism, where the tourists see one side and reality is completely different for the people living in the Caribbean. I love that she's able to explore this, and I just love how the landscape, all the themes, even though, like I said, they're triggering. At the end of the day, I thought it was a beautiful read. I'm currently on a rereading journey. I'm rereading all of Nigel Thomas's novels, and I'm currently on, I think, Return to Arcadia, where the protagonist has a mental breakdown, and so he has to return to the root of all his problems, which is Saint Vincent, and he has to deal with, all his traumas. He has to find his way towards healing. And yeah, Nigel Thomas deals a lot with mental health and, like I said, the male sexuality. So I'm looking forward to reading all his work.